And well, howdy do, buckaroos, and how the heck are you? I got one I just found today. I don't know if it's been around for a while or if it just came out, because I couldn't find any information on it on their website, actually. From what I've been able to find, it's 5%. 4 hands, key lime, contact high. Now, the regular contact high is basically a wheat beer that uses orange zest. This one, again, I couldn't find a whole lot of info on it other than it says key lime, and it has kind of a pinball machine theme. They don't say a lot about it other than it's 5%. Pairings are street tacos and grilled chickens. Brewed and canned at 4 hands. Oh, oh no, it's just a warning. I thought it might say something about the beer, but it does not. It does kind of have a key lime appearance to it, though. A nice aroma. The regular contact high is absolutely brilliant summer beer, in my opinion. This runs about $10 for a 4-pack of pint cans, still pretty standard. Not cheap, but not super expensive neither. The aromas are nice, so I am a fan of key lime. It does have key lime-esque aromas to it. Kind of has the coloring of a key lime pie. Oh, nice. So it's not sweet like a key lime pie, but it does have the actual key lime flavors. I guess what they were going for. I don't know why I naturally kind of drifted towards pie, because I like pie. I like pie, man. The nice citrus, so you really can't. Oh wow! On the back end, wow! After that sits a little bit, you really can't feel those key lime zest notes. Oh yeah, I could see where it would be the perfect summer beer. It's light, it's crisp. I mean, I'm assuming it's the same wheat base or similar to the orange zest contact high, or why would they call it that? The zest is nice. It's not overwhelming. It's not necessarily in your face, but you can tell it is there. Oh yeah. Again, it's slightly tart, but I mean very, very slightly. Not sour beer tart, but it's, if you were to bite a key lime kind of tart, how about that? How about that, man? What do you think of that? No, but it's not. I don't want to give somebody the wrong impression. So, well, it's not tart, Tom. It's not tart as if it's a sour beer. It's certainly not. But you do feel that key lime tartness, if that makes sense to anybody out there. I wish I could find more information on the internet out there. The brewer's website doesn't give me a lot of information on this beer. It has the regular contact high, but I didn't see anything on the key lime for some odd reason. I mean, it does say 5% here, but unfortunately their can doesn't give me any information but some pretty pinball machine-like artwork. It's adorable, man. Oh, shit. Anyways, I digress. Oh. So it's finally a Friday. I am home from work. As I am doing this video, last night I had an interesting night. I met Ben, the head brewer or master brewer at Fossil Cove Brewery. Fossil Cove, you've heard me mention. I've done a video from their brewery. I've also done a video for their Hoppy Wheat, which I think is an absolutely brilliant beer. They brought a saison that he said to look for notes of banana and clove, more like a Hefeweizen, and they were in there, I suppose, but personally I was getting more white grape pear, to be honest with you. But they tried some others there. Whoops, darn it. Everything went black, man. They had some others they were sampling that were very nice. He was a very friendly guy. Answered a lot of questions. There was a lot of questions about sour beers and Belgian beers, and he was obviously pretty knowledgeable. So it was an interesting time. It was an invite from the owner of Brick Street Brews in Rogers, Arkansas, Mike Rooney out there. Mike's a great guy, and he invited me out there. So I felt privileged to get a special invitation to get out there to Brick Street and try several brews. It was fun. So I'm home. I'm relaxing today. I got a pot roast in the oven. Oh, brilliant. And this beer is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so, I mean, being the cheap guy that I am and spending more money than I should have this weekend already, and it just started. Yeah, I found a chuck roast, a USDA choice chuck roast. Not prime, but choice, you know, the next level. Choice is pretty good. USDA choice pot roast marked down, but it looked good. It still had its full bloom on it, so I felt good about buying it, especially because I knew I was cooking it today. And when I do a pot roast, old school pot roast like my daddy used to do, I like the pearl onions or boiler onions, so I got some pearl onions. I also got some shallots, so I really onion the hell out of this sucker. I did a nice, I seasoned a little flour, did a nice sear. So I did basically the braising method on this one. I used tiny gold potatoes. I use shallots, and I use the pearl onions, as I mentioned earlier. I also use mushrooms, but not only did I do mushrooms, what I did for the liquid, I didn't add any wine or anything like that, which sometimes is used in this method. What I did was I took the mushroom stems off my mushrooms, and I made a mushroom broth. I made a mushroom stock, basically. So then that was my liquid, is I had mushrooms in there, but I used the stems to make stock. I don't waste anything, folks. I take advantage. I don't throw them stems away, man. I make some stocks out of them. And sometimes what I do, if I'm not using it in what I'm doing at that moment, sometimes I'll freeze that stock and pull it out for something later. But in this case, making the pot roast, I put it back in. You know, again, I've got the onions, I got the taters, I got the onions, also got some carrots on there. So looking forward to eating a pot roast. It's not necessarily pot roast weather, but it's a little bit cooler than it has been, and I was really in dire need of some comfort food. And so I just wanted to come out here and sit back and have a beer with y'all, talk about Four Hands. I was actually at the brewery one time, but I was talking with a friend out there, Jay from Pedal the Cause, so I didn't do any videos, so I need to get back out there so I can do some videos from Four Hands. But they are one of my favorite breweries. You know, so much there's so much talk about Perennial out there, and Perennial does some fine beer, but I gotta tell you, in my opinion, my two favorite breweries out there are Four Hands and Urban Chestnut. I am just a huge fan of both, but there's a lot of great breweries. Personally, I think Schlafly gets overlooked amongst a lot of beer gigs. I think Schlafly's doing some darn fine beers. But they're all good for different reasons, right? Perennial, I guess, does the crazy big, you know, out-of-the-box stuff, you know. Let's throw it all in there, see what happens. Four Hands does a lot of out-of-the-box stuff, but they do a lot of stuff, right? Their stouts are great, beers like this are great, but they are a cutting-edge brewery, no doubt. And where Urban Chestnut is beautiful, even though they do some out-of-the-box and cutting-edge stuff, they're really more known for their traditional styles, especially, more to the point, their traditional German styles. And I guess the larger point that I'm trying to make is that it seems like all craft breweries can get along. I've been to some areas of the country where there seems to be craft beer rivalries, and quite frankly, I think there's room for all of them out there for a lot of different reasons. You know, unless they're doing the exact same beers as you all, or the exact same styles, I think we all ought to find some common ground and like each other instead of having these petty rivalries. But that's another video, man. This actually wasn't what I expected. I guess for some reason, when I read key lime, I was thinking, you know, in terms of key lime pie, so I almost expected it to be sweeter than it is. So what I got was kind of a pleasant surprise. I got this nice kind of wheat beer base with these very pleasant key lime zest notes. That's just right. The aromas are just gorgeous. Again, a lot of that key lime just shines through. For me, it's gorgeous. But I think for you, it's just going to depend on if you like key limes or not. You know, if you're a fan of the key lime, which I am, I think it's brilliant, and I think it's the perfect summer beer. As you can see, it goes down easier until you want a hooker. I am a fan of Four Hands. I hope you all are enjoying what's left of your Friday. I'm going to go back inside and rest a little bit, have a little pot roast after a while, and who knows, I may have another beer too. It's time to beer whisper. We'll talk to you later.